All right, everybody. Today, I had a little bit of a change of heart. I wanted to make this video because I got a lot of comments on my initial D, or no, my MF Ghost is bad video. I disagreed with a lot of them. The like to dislike ratio on the video was 40% dislike. Or no, 40% like to dislike. So it wasn't a popular video. And I got and a majority of the comments I got were more supportive comments and the claims that I was making about the show as a whole. But I want to take it a step further and I want to kind of delve deep into the comments that I got on the video to explain my case on why I think MF Ghost is bad. Now, up until this point, I still haven't finished watching the show. I just don't like the show. So I'm not going to force myself to watch the show if I don't like the show. But I'm up to about episode 6. So I'm not responding to the comments. I'm more or less giving a critique about them and explaining it step by step, in depth, in my opinion. This is all my opinion on why I think some of these comments are right, and most importantly to me, why I think these comments are wrong. A lot of them, I think, are very wrong. So we're going to take a step into looking through all these comments, and I'm going to kind of break it down for everybody. So let's get started, shall we? I'll just repeat that. I'm actually enjoying MF Ghost quite a bit. I've read the manga of both Initial D and MF Ghost, and they are good in their own ways. Kanata is calmer racer than Takumi and Keisuke, and I like that he doesn't bring too much emotion into racing. No offense, why would you like that? If he brought no emotion to it, what he's an empty shell of a character. So if you bring no emotion into something, then what's your driving force? Why do anything? If obviously you have no emotion and you're just stone-faced, and it doesn't make you this complex character, in my opinion. In the age where every main character has to be the most emotional or dynamite personality, Kanata is a breath of fresh air. Well, you need to have some type of personality. Getting rid of personality altogether isn't exactly a good solution, in my opinion, for trying to create a main character for a story. If the main character has no form of personality, then what the hell is the point of having a show based around that main character? If you can have, because at that point you could have any single ass inside that seat of that car and it doesn't matter. Because if they all have zero personality and zero kind of persona behind them, then what's the point of even having the character in the first place? He's not a character then. He's just a body. He's a placeholder. I don't read the mangas because I'm not a manga reader. I don't like reading. That's just me. I don't care for reading. And yeah, I probably should have did it more in school, but I didn't. And I just still don't like it to this day. So I'm not a reader. So I don't read mangas. Um, but this is about the anime, not the manga. He's a calmer racer than Takumi and Keisuke. Right, but I guess like I don't see the attraction to it, and I'm not really sure why other people do either. He doesn't bring much emotion into racing, but it's like ask any race car driver ever in the world, any single one, and ask them if their emotions matter when they're driving cars. If their emotions and how they feel is what's fueling them to drive. And if you're saying that he doesn't bring too much emotion into racing, then it's just like, what's the point? He has to have a dynamite personality. Well, Takumi didn't exactly have this dynamite explosive personality. he did at certain moments, which is what made his character special. Takami's character was anything but Dynamite. He was a spaced out kid who you kind of just didn't know if he was not thinking about anything at all because he was staring off into space, or was trying to develop some kind of plan in the most simplistic way possible. And 90% of the time, he just kind of winged it. So yeah, he wasn't exactly dynamite, Mr. Dynamite personality. He was just kind of a board that he had to kind of just learn in steps as he went on to, which is called character development. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, in order to, continue on with the progression of said show, which up until episode 6 is where I stopped watching because I got bored. Didn't quite happen for this main character. Keisuke has an explosive personality. That's just who he is, or as he was as a character, so he's kind of cool. Next comment. This is a good one. Honestly, I think where MF Ghost falls on its face is the lack of relatability. Yeah, I agree. Yes, while none of us will never have the amazing driving technique of Takumi and training, whenever I watch Initial D, it makes me want to get out in there and drive mountain passes. Me too. Me being a kid in high school at the time, getting my license, picking up a Scion FRS, good car, accelerated my want for driving cars, not only grew my interest and knowledge of cars. Yes, Initial D is just a high school drama, hanging with friends, car porn, car love, car lore. Oh my god, long comment. Car lore, uh, dump and then repeat. But it feels like the story where you want to be the main character and you felt like you could be with enough practice and dedication. It's true. It really changed a lot of people's lives. A true underdog story that doesn't require a suspension of disbelief because he drives the absolute piss out of the car. It was good. Initial D was good. I feel that's why so many people resonate with the show and became so interested with drifting cars and even causing 8.6 to fetch a premium on the market. It's true. I wanted to buy one, but I found like a piece of crap one with not even a 4AG hatchback, everything I wanted, red, Trueno, and it was $12,000 and it was a piece of shit. So I completely agree. They're so expensive now, it's ridiculous. Now I wouldn't be mad if MF Ghost caused my FRS to skyrocket in value, okay? But I don't think this show will ever grow the cult following. GT86 is a main classic style drone following racing. Yeah, I don't agree with the drone style racing at all. I think that's so stupid. It's like modern that it strays away from the roots of actual car people in general, in my opinion. In my opinion. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna probably grow a cult following. Actually, no, I don't think it will because I think the only people that actually genuinely like this show are people that are, in my opinion, not exactly. I'm gonna say it, true car people. But yeah, so I got quite a lot of replies to that, but I'm not gonna focus on that. This guy said we need a Wangan Midnight season 2. What did I say? Uh, yeah. Um, sure. Wangan Midnight Season 2. Actually, just let it die. Don't bother. It was good up until like halfway through the episode series, and then I guess I don't know if they like changed writers or something, but the show completely just fell off, and it sucked. So just let it die. As an Initial D fan, this is not a sequel slash successor I want it to be. I like the characters, don't get me wrong. I don't. I don't like the characters. I think they suck. But I just like the MF Ghost. I just like the MF Ghost thing. It just irks me. I think he meant to say I don't like the MF Ghost thing. It irks me. Because he says he doesn't think it's the good successor. So I think he meant to say he doesn't like it. Yeah, no, this sucks. It's not Initial D, which I know it's not supposed to be, but you'd think if it's a sequel that's taking place in the same universe that it would actually be good. Just because it's in the same oh, here we go, perfect. Just because it's in the same universe doesn't mean it has to be the same story. True. Nobody said that. Do you even know the author? Well, just until recently, no, I didn't, but now I do. So the author is the I don't remember his name, but he's the same guy who did Initial D. And I don't know what the hell happened. So he lost his touch. He likes cars and romance and writes about it. It's super. He likes romance. Have you seen the pedophilia in MF Ghost? There is like some weird pedophile moments that just are do not need to be in there. I get it. The culture's different in Japan. By all means, in real life, the adults can go be weird with girls, but if your main audience is trying to watch the show for cars and things that originally were like kind of like Initial D, you know, that really good show that came before that, then get rid of the stupid pedophile shit because nobody cares about that, please. It's super entertaining and keeps me happy with the surroundings. I disagree. It's not entertaining, nor the surroundings anything special. I don't understand why you want it to be equal to Initial D. This is the final objective about Project D. Because why would you want to come out with another show that's taken place in the same universe of the original awesome show and have it be shittier than the previous show? Because let me tell you something, if they made a public announcement saying that, well, we came out with MF Ghost, we know it's not going to be as good as Initial D, but we wanted to give it out to the people. No offense, that's not really a good marketing ploy if that's what you're trying to do to get us to watch the show. But they're not going to say that. They're going to say it's the best thing on the planet when it's not. So it's a final objective to Project D. Yeah, what stage 4 and 5 of Initial D, like you could tell that the show was ending. Like to me, Initial D ended at stage 3, even though there's stage 4 and 5. I thought stage 5 picked up a little bit again, but the show just kind of lost its luster after 3, in my opinion. Strong opinionated on that, but I know 4 and 5 are canon, unfortunately. But forget about the whole Project D thing. It's like it makes me funny because it's just like just because it's the same universe doesn't mean it has to be the same story. Like, but you just said that this is the final objective of Project D, which was like the same story that happened in the earlier stages, like in Initial D. So it's just like, okay, you want it to be not it doesn't have to be the same story, but oh, but it's following Project D, which is the original story. It's just like, no, 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 no. Fujiwara can even drive on oil and never gives up even if his car is fucked up. Always have been keen on learning more about the other continent like the opponent zone. Never mind he got in an accident because of mud. Yeah, so in this show, spoilers, Takumi uh, got in an accident, almost died because his drive shaft broke in a race, and he fell into a valley off a cliff. Yeah, that's it. And then that's it. He quit racing. Initial D, it's over. Good job. Initial D was all for nothing. I'm glad that they wasted the entire 90s and early 2000s with so much fan service of bringing all the shows of Initial D together in the Legends series, and all that good stuff, just to kill it off in 2023. Thanks, writers of Initial D. You did a fantastic fucking job. Um, yeah, so that was just dumb. This super dedicated, awesome, cool character, and they wrote him off screen, unfortunately. Yeah, re-uploaded What Happened to the Original Video. Not sure if you're up to it, but there is another racing anime on airing right now called Overtake. Yeah, let me respond to that. Bro, you're thinking too hard. It's clearly not about any one character. It's a continuation of Project D. was all about and was all about, and if you really pay attention, it was about the track. It was all about the track. Well, I mean, I'm gonna break this down in steps because it's long. Bro, you're thinking too hard. No, this is stuff that I've come up with on the skin level surface just by watching the show. It's clearly not any about any one character. So why would you set up the first 4 episodes about one character if it's going to be about 15 of them? It's a continuation of Project D because that did so well. And if you really pay attention, it was all about the track. I'm not really sure what that means. Like the track of the new show it's a continuation of Project D was all about, and if you really pay attention, it was all about the track. I don't really know what that means. I might be ignorant. He might be saying something and I'm just not understanding. Ryosuke's goal was to see how great drivers adapt to drivers how great drivers adapt to drivers that are the masters of their track and disadvantage and then wait in of their track and then MF Ghost. He put together the ultimate track to attract the best drivers with a variety of cars to see how they overcome their disadvantages and advantages of others. Yes, I understand that. Okay, so yeah, Project D was about Ryosuke wanted to go to each and everyone's individual course or their mountain pass or whatever to break their records, set the fastest time, and pretty much beat everybody locally in their area. So, and because so instead of doing that nowadays, because I guess the illegal street racing is still illegal, um, he made a centralized race called MF Ghost, where everybody comes to him instead. So I disagree. I don't think that that is any way a good idea to attract like I'll give you an example on why. I don't think that MF Ghost is a good idea as a whole because it attracts racers to find the best ones. Ryosuke Takahashi found Takumi as a guy just delivering tofu on his local mountain pass at different time zones by accident. So to have this centralized race where you need to have a certain amount of money to enter, because of the cars and how the cars cost and stuff like that, it doesn't really make sense because Takumi was a phenomenal driver and didn't exactly have any money. It was his dad's car. Everything was borrowed. This is different. Everyone's driving supercars. Everyone has money. Kanata is already a known to be a track person in England. Like, yeah, it's not Initial D's underdog story, or an underdog story at all. At least I don't think. I think they're trying to make it an underdog story because he drives a GT86, but the character who's driving it isn't an underdog. He's already this well-developed character that's just driving a bad car, or that's not a bad car, just a car that can't compete with those cars. So yeah, I mean, I personally just don't think MF Ghost is the track is good at all. I just think it's a poor idea for how to find better drivers. Or maybe that the idea itself isn't bad, but how it was executed was bad. I think that's it. I don't think maybe it's not the idea of the track that was bad. It was just how it was executed. I think it was just poor execution. Yeah, so you're too stuck on Takumi and you need to get your facts straight. He won his first title after his third year of professionally racing. Then his career was cut short because of an accident. Well, yeah, it's just like that's what I'm saying. They cut his career short. It's not that I'm stuck on him. It's they keep bringing it up in the show as fan service. If you don't want him to be involved, then stop involving him in the show. I don't understand how people don't understand that concept. He's saying I'm stuck on it, but yet they keep bringing it up in the show as a fan service aha moment. Like it's just it doesn't. I don't understand that lot method of thinking. Alright, I had a little bit of a glitch for some reason around the 20-minute mark, so I just ended the audio off there. I guess I'll record it in two parts. So tomorrow I'll probably record another video or whatever, but for now, enjoyed my part one about why I think MF Ghost is bad.